What's up, guys? I got like a little update about what's going on. So, apparently, I think on the 2nd, I have a doctor's appointment, and on the 8th. Mom, when am I going to the kidney doctor again? Yeah, the 8th. Okay, thank you. We don't talk about that. But, I'm sorry for the the ears that I ruined just a second ago. I'm sorry. But, yeah, basically that's how it's going. Also, I got a therapy meeting on this Friday. I didn't remember that. I'm probably gonna post all this week, so I'm basically restarting the week because I couldn't post all last week and I couldn't do the amount of posts that I wanted to do. I wanted to get at least like 3, and I only got 2. So yeah. Um. There's no new announcements after this. So if you don't know what the announcements, so I have announcements. But if you already know the announcements, like the announcements I've said in previous videos, you can go ahead and skip to the video. But if you do not know what I mean by these announcements, please stay. I'm begging you. One, I have a Patreon. There's a $4 tier, a $15 tier, and a $25 tier. You can see the rest on the Patreon page in my description. Also, in my description is my series page where you can see what series there and what's been posted and what's been recorded. There's also a how I post. So green is 1 week and red is 1 week, and that's how I'm gonna be posting. Free day also means where I can post anything I want, like a request or just a genuine video idea that I had, like a one shot or whatever. Um then there's the idea Jamboard, where if you have an idea you can put it on a sticky note and put it there, and um if I delete it, that means I'm doing it or I'm just not comfortable with posting that. And please do not delete others. I think that's it. It's also everything about me is like in my about page on YouTube, so you can go see all my links there and stuff. Um, and that's about it. Yeah, I did that quicker than it was supposed to be done. So let's get straight on into this video. Bakugo knew there was something up ever since that night. Something in his window? Now, why would there be something in his window? Well, your window. But he's specifically living with you now, I guess you would say. So he's definitely wondering what in the world's going on. He's now literally looking behind his back every minute of the day. You've asked him what's wrong, and he said nothing. Just looking. It was later, 2 days later to be the exact, where both of you guys were asleep, and he woke up randomly. He looks around, and then he looks outside the window, specifically seeing a villain. One that he couldn't defeat. One that was in the recent injury problem he had. He hated that villain. Yeah, there was a villain that was captured and all, but that was one villain that got loose. And oh, how he hated how he couldn't get that villain. He literally bugged himself all day with the fact that he couldn't get that villain. He's just now starting to get back up in the ranks. He was at 7, rank 7. He's now back at 5. He needs to get back up to that number 1 spot. Or specifically, you say, get back to number 2. You're still the best in my mind. He gets up out of the bed and immediately goes to the window. That villain is still there, looking him dead in the eye. He wants to open that window and blow that villain to pieces. But then there's you. He doesn't want to wake you up. He knows that, yeah, you've gotten a lot of sleep, but there's sometimes nights where you have restless nights. Because something's also bothering you. And you told him that it was the exact same reason why he's been paranoid. But you don't know that. He's looking between you and the villain. And he says, might as well get the villain and then wake you up. He opens the window and makes an explosion that's loud, but of course, you being the deep sleeper you are, you don't wake up from it. That villain immediately falls down. And all he's thinking is, why did the villain not fight? Why is the villain just not fighting? But oh, was he proven wrong when he saw an attack coming right for him. He immediately throws explosions. Remember now, he's not in his hero costume. So he doesn't have his gauntlets. Definitely not able to pull off a really big explosion. He wants to go to his max limit. But that's the thing again. Waking up people wouldn't be really good. Even though it's a villain, he needs to be cautious of other people's beings. He doesn't know what's going on with those people. And also, he's matured. So he knows other people's rights now. Or at least, somewhat. He starts fighting the villain, being careful of how big or how loud the explosions are. That explosion goes on for a while. Like, a while. When he got that villain at least somewhat tied up, having to call the cops and having them to get there to take the villain in, both the villain and himself was pretty bruised up. And that took about 3 hours, which he expected you to sleep through all of it. But then when he went back into the apartment building, and then went right back up to your apartment, he immediately saw that you were still up. You were still, well, not still up, but you were up, awake, and looking at the door in shock. What was that? You asked. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it? Bakugo, you still haven't been in the clear. You're literally only in the hero ranks right now because of kind deeds. You haven't been cleared. I know I haven't been cleared, but there was a villain right there. You expect me not to attack him? Bakugo, I understand it's your job to protect, but putting yourself first sometimes is not that bad. I know it ain't that bad. But that villain was a part of the reason why I'm still injured. If I didn't go get him, he probably would have stood on the streets right now. And I can't risk that. Especially with you. He's gonna come for anything that I care about. That means my family, that means you, that means my friends, that means everything. It can be an object. He's gonna go for that. He's gonna destroy whatever that object is. So, you understand, right? How I don't want you to get hurt. I understand that, Bakugo. But you have to think. If that was way worse, you could have been way more hurt than you are. And I get that. I understand, yeah, it was kind of foolish for me to jump out a window to literally fight a guy. But that's the thing. I did my job. And it's over now. We can forget about it. Right? Alright. Just promise me if you ever go do something like that again. Warn me. Yeah, I'll warn you. That's only if you're not asleep. If you are, it's gonna take me literally an hour to wake you up. Oh, shut up. No, it won't. It will. Yes, it will. Both of you guys had went back to sleep after that. If only Bakugo could sleep without feeling like he has to turn his back every 5 freaking seconds. For the next few days, it was actually pretty rainy, so both of you did not want to go outside. He had thank God it was raining, because his muscles were so sore, and he could go through a fight like that without his muscles being sore. He could be patrolling, go through a whole 2-hour fight, and then go back to patrolling without a muscle being sore at all, without any scars bothering him at all. You had patched him up that night before you went to sleep, so don't worry, he's fine. But he keeps telling you to not worry about him. He's gonna be fine. He's a pro hero after all. It's what he's supposed to do, to be fine. But you told him, not all pro heroes are okay. Sometimes things go wrong, and that can cause big problems. And if he believed every word you said, which he did, he had a lot of thinking to do for the future. Okay. I started this around 3 minutes and 50 seconds, right? It is now 13 minutes. So that means I recorded for 10 minutes. That's all I have. Bullcrap. You guys are gonna have to let me think, because I'm not having motivation to record as much. I'm having motivation to edit. Like, you know, the editing thing. Yeah, I have power to do that. I just don't have power or motivation to do this. So the bullcrap that I'm going through right now. But besides that, I might be going live like a few minutes after this is posted. So stay tuned for that. But I hope you have a peachy day, and I'll see you. I hope you have a peachy day, and I hope you have a peachy day, night, or wherever you are in peace. I had to do that 3 times because I cannot remember what I had to say.